Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all very warmly to our live and interactive online training session on integration of virtual labs in teaching learning. Well, this is the umbrella concept under which we are having this particular training session or webinar series that we are conducting for 5 days. Yes, it started this Monday and today is the last day of this particular training session. Well, about this webinar series that we are having, it is a 5-day, 5-hour training session. Each day, 1 hour between 4 and 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday is dedicated to this online training session. This particular training session is open to all, be it students, teachers, teacher educators, or even our viewers. Anybody can watch this session and participate in it. Because today is day 5, we will be having a quiz also post the session, and I'll be sharing all the details of how you can log on to the website and how you can go about the quiz, what all you need to do to score 70%, and of course you can share your feedback as well. So as I already mentioned, it's a 5-day, 5-hour training session. We call it online training session. It's live and interactive, which means you can participate during the session as well. You can speak to our experts, you can call us, you can send us your email, or you can also send us your questions through live chat. All this and much more is going to happen in this particular training session. But first of all, let me tell you that you're watching us live on our eVidya channels from 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube channel NCERT Official. And now time for me to introduce you all to our guests for today. We are joined by Ms. Priyakshi Gupta. She is former teacher and senior academic consultant from CIET NCERT New Delhi. Welcome to the session, ma'am.
Thank you and namaskar to everyone.
Namaskar. And we are also joined by Dr. Varun Ashokan. He is Assistant Professor in Language Education from Department of Education, RIE Bhubaneswar. Welcome to the session, sir.
Hi, hello, good evening to everyone.
Good evening. And as I've already mentioned in the beginning that this is a training session, and this particular training session this week is organized by CIET, which is Central Institute of Educational Technology, NCERT New Delhi. So if you want to participate during the session, if you want to speak to our expert, you have any doubts or questions related to the session, you can call us on 8800440559. That's the phone number. And if you wish to send us your email with your questions, feedback or suggestions, you can write to us at training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. And since you're watching us live on our YouTube channel NCERT Official as well, you can go to the comment section or live chat box and you can type your questions there and you can connect with us instantly. So let me tell you once again that we are having this online training session or webinar series on the umbrella concept of integration of virtual labs in teaching learning. Today is day 5 and on day 1 we had the theme Virtual Labs, Policy Perspectives, Need and Scope. On day 2 we had the theme Virtual Labs as a Learning Tool. On day 3 we focused on integration of virtual labs in teaching learning of mathematics. Day 4 was all about integration of virtual labs in teaching learning of science, and today is day 5. It's all about integration of virtual labs in teaching learning of languages. So we will see the theoretical part of it. We will also go through the demonstration, and now let's move ahead in the session. So first of all, I would like to request Priyakshi ma'am to please tell us exactly what we are going to learn in this session, and please ma'am go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you so much, Harpreet ma'am. So good afternoon and welcome everyone. Today we are diving into the world of language labs and how virtual labs on Diksha is designed to elevate language learning and teaching experiences.
Okay.
So first and foremost, the question arises, what exactly is a language lab? So a language lab is a specialized facility designed to enhance language learning and teaching. And some of the primary objectives of a language lab include, the first one being that it facilitates core language skills which include listening, speaking, reading and writing. So language labs serve as dynamic platforms that cater to the fundamental language skills, which includes fostering proficiency in listening, speaking, reading and writing. The interactive nature of these labs engages learners in diverse exercises tailored to achieve each of these core language competencies. The second one being the fact that it provides a controlled environment for language practice. So, language labs offers a space where they can immerse themselves in language learning, fostering a conducive atmosphere for optimal progress. Another crucial aspect is the fact that it incorporates interactive content for a comprehensive language learning experience. So, language learning becomes more engaging and effective when interactive content is integrated into the curriculum. Language labs are equipped with multimedia resources which contribute to a comprehensive language learning experience, thereby making the educational journey more dynamic and appealing. So, in summary, language labs play a pivotal role in fostering a holistic language learning environment by addressing the core language skills, providing a controlled practice environment, and incorporating interactive content. Now, let's have a look at why exactly we need language labs. So, firstly, we need language labs to promote innovative teaching learning methods. So, language labs serve as a hub for innovation in teaching and learning. By incorporating technology into language education, we open doors to creative and effective instructional methods. This dynamic approach not only captures students' attention but also makes language learning more engaging and memorable. Our next point is that language labs is required to enhance individualized learning. Now, when we are teaching in a classroom, we see that each student that we come across is unique, and language labs recognize this by providing a platform for individualized learning. Whether it's adapting to various learning styles or catering to different proficiency levels, language labs offer a personalized learning experience that fosters a deeper understanding and mastery of the language. Our next point is that it encourages more participation among students in classroom activities. So, interactive elements within language labs not only engage students but also encourage active participation. These language labs, create a collaborative learning environment where students can contribute, share ideas, and actively participate in language activities. So, this not only enriches their language learning experience but also enhances their communication skills. Also, it facilitates teacher intervention and guidance. How? Because for educators, language lab is a valuable tool for effective intervention and guidance. Teachers can monitor students' progress, provide timely feedback, and offer targeted support. This ensures that each student receives the necessary guidance to reach their language learning goals. And finally, language labs also support remote learning opportunities. Now, in an era where flexibility is the key, language labs play a pivotal role in supporting remote learning opportunities. Through virtual access, students can continue their language education beyond traditional classroom settings, making language learning accessible anytime, anywhere. So, to summarize, language labs are essential for promoting innovative teaching methods, enhancing individualized learning, encouraging student participation, facilitating teacher guidance, and supporting remote learning opportunities. So, as we explore further, we will be uncovering additional layers of significance in integrating virtual labs into our education practices. So, moving on, let's have a look at what exactly will help us in stimulating the language learning experience with the help of virtual labs. Now, virtual labs on Diksha opens doors to immersive language experiences. Now, imagine a space where language learning goes beyond the ordinary, where students can immerse themselves in rich interactive language experiences. So that's precisely what Virtual Labs on Diksha offers, that is, a dynamic platform that transcends traditional boundaries. Through these virtual labs, students can engage in real world language boundaries. They can engage in real world language scenarios, allowing for a deeper understanding and application of language skills. And virtual labs also makes the journey of learning not just educational but transformative. So learning is not just about acquiring information, skills, or theoretical knowledge. Rather, it's about transformation. So virtual labs on Diksha is designed to elevate the learning journey from being merely educational to transformative. By integrating immersive experiences, these labs aim to shape not only what students know, but also how they think, communicate, and interact with the language. So, we are also helping the students to hone their problem solving as well as critical thinking skills with the help of the activities that are available on virtual labs on Diksha. And by integrating immersive experiences, these labs aim to shape the students' language proficiency as well as fluency, and it fosters a holistic development that extends beyond textbooks and classrooms. So virtual labs on Diksha creates a space where language learning becomes immersive as well as transformative, and these labs redefine the traditional educational journey, offering a dynamic and engaging platform for students to explore and master the intricacies of language. So, we will be finding out throughout our presentation today how virtual labs itself is an invaluable tool in language education. Now, let's have a look at the activities that are available for our learners on virtual labs on Diksha. Now, English activities are available for grades 7th, 8th, and 9th. In total, we have around 12 activities. However, more are lined up in collaboration with CDAC Mumbai and OLabs. So, a couple of activities which are listed on virtual labs on Diksha include prepositions, correction and omission, preposition of direction, passive to active to passive voice, tense conversion, improving comprehension skills, direct indirect speech, uh, subject verb agreement, as well as singular to plural conversion. And most often, whenever we offer the option to students to type in the answers, there are chances that there may be some typing errors. However, our portal, that is virtual labs on Diksha, is designed in such a way that it integrates options of drag and drop, then rearranging, and drop down mechanism, which allows the user another immersive experience while performing the activities and revising these concepts. So it does give a real case scenario in the activity area of each activity listed in virtual labs. Now, let's have a look at how virtual lab stimulates the language learning process. So, it offers curriculum-based interactive activities which make teaching learning process engaging and fun. So, virtual labs brings a sense of excitement to the language learning journey by incorporating curriculum-based interactive activities. These activities not only align with educational objectives but also make the teaching learning process more engaging and enjoyable for students. Learning becomes an immersive experience, fostering a positive and interactive classroom environment. It also helps students to gain clarity of concepts. So, in the complex landscape of language learning, virtual labs serve as guides helping students to navigate and gain clarity on various language concepts. The interactive nature of these activities allow students to explore, experiment, and reinforce their understanding of linguistic principles in a more practical and hands-on manner. Then it helps students in understanding and using the target language more effectively. So beyond theory, virtual labs provides a platform for students to actively understand and use the target language. By engaging in practical exercises, students move beyond passive knowledge acquisition to active application, leading to a more effective mastery of language skills. Then language labs provides real-life language learning situations. Virtual labs stimulates real-life language learning situations, and students encounter scenarios that mimic authentic language use, thereby preparing them for effective communication in real-life situations. Also, virtual labs bridges the gap between theory and practice. So, the key word, the key term for practicing activities in language lab is practice, because of course we've heard about the famous quote that practice makes a person perfect. So one of the significant advantages of virtual labs is their ability to bridge the gap between theory and practice. The theoretical knowledge gained in classrooms, they come to life as students apply what they have learned in a practical real world scenario within the virtual labs environment. And last but not the least, it optimizes class duration with the help of relevant activities. So virtual labs optimizes the use of class duration by incorporating relevant and purposeful activities. These activities are designed to maximize learning outcomes within the available time, ensuring that each class session contributes significantly to the overall language learning process. From making lessons engaging to providing real life language situations, these labs optimize the learning journey. Moving on, let's delve into the pedagogical implications of virtual labs, particularly from teaching perspective. So, first implication is to customize their lesson plans by incorporating virtual labs activities. So, teachers can harness the potential of virtual labs to customize their lesson plans. By incorporating activities from these labs, educators can tailor their teaching to the specific needs and proficiency levels of their students. Next is to provide better clarity of concepts in class. One of the critical roles of teachers is to provide clarity on language concepts. Virtual labs offers an avenue for educators to enhance this clarity. Through interactive exercises and simulations, teachers can visually and experientially explain complex language concepts, making the learning process more comprehensible for students. The next is to adapt differentiated instruction and ensure a more inclusive educational experience. Now, like I mentioned earlier, that every student is unique and virtual labs supports differentiated instructions, and teachers can adapt their teaching methods to accommodate diverse learning styles, ensuring a more inclusive educational experiences, inclusive educational experience. And this approach recognizes and caters to the individual needs of each student. Moving forward, another important implication is that it helps the teachers to assign further tasks for practicing and improving oral and written communication skills in students. So virtual labs provides teachers with a platform to assign additional tasks for practicing and refining students' oral and written communication skills. Through targeted exercises, educators can guide students towards improvement, thereby encouraging them to actively apply what they have learned in a more practical context. And finally, to ensure mastery of core language skills among students. So, the ultimate goal of language education is the mastery of core language skills, and virtual labs assist teachers in achieving the same by offering a space for focused practice, immediate feedback, and targeted intervention. Well, let's have a look at how teachers can make language learning seamless in an offline class. So, when we talk about virtual labs, virtual automatically gives us the idea of being or coming online. But how about if I tell you that teachers can actually integrate virtual labs in their offline classroom as well? So, first and foremost, teachers can use virtual labs in their lesson plans. So, they can integrate virtual labs as a regular component in lesson plans to enhance the practical application of language skills. Then they can provide hands-on language practice, and they can do this by utilizing virtual labs to offer hands-on language practice, allowing students to apply theoretical knowledge in simulated real-world scenarios. And next is on-the-spot evaluation. So, teachers can leverage virtual labs to assess the students' responses and receive immediate feedback, aiding in facilitating timely corrections. Then they can monitor student progress. How? By identifying the strengths and areas of improvements in students and personalized learning paths, thereby allowing them to progress at their own pace. Teachers can also facilitate collaborative learning. So, using virtual labs, teachers can create collaborative learning opportunities and they can encourage students to work together on language activities and projects. So let's say they can give maybe they can give a word and students can bring about rhyme schemes or rhyming words, or they can also indulge in composition activity, be it a paragraph writing or a story building in the class, and it actually involves a very interesting experience in the classroom. And finally, teachers can assign supplemental tasks for practice. So teachers may encourage their students to independently practice the activities available on virtual labs on Diksha for effective understanding of the topic. Now, let's shift our focus to the pedagogical implications of virtual labs, but this time from students' perspective. So our first point is that it gives them the autonomy to perform the activities at their own pace. So it promotes personalized learning experience and promotes self-paced learning in students. Then immediate feedback motivates the learner and develops their interest towards the concept. So this instant feedback not only guides them in understanding their strengths and areas for improvement, but also acts as a motivational factor. The timely acknowledgement of their efforts sparks interest and enthusiasm, thereby creating an engaging learning environment. Then it develops their confidence to learn from their errors as there is instant feedback. Now, learning from mistakes is an essential part of language acquisition. So, virtual labs, by providing instant feedback, create an environment where students can confidently learn from their errors, and this approach fosters a positive attitude towards language learning, thereby encouraging students to view mistakes as opportunities for growth. Next, based on their practice, students can improve their fluency and indulge in meaningful conversations. So, virtual labs facilitate focused language practice, thereby allowing students to improve their fluency gradually. Through consistent practice and meaningful activities, students can engage in more confident and purposeful conversations. This not only enhances their language skills but also boosts their overall communication abilities. And lastly, it also offers scope of revision to master the target language. So, practice, make mistakes, again revise, and finally you master the language skills. So, revision is the key to mastering any language, and virtual labs offer students the scope to revisit and revise. Whether it's going back to specific language concepts or practicing previously learned skills, this revisiting process contributes to a deeper understanding and mastery of the target language. So let's have a look in detail as to how students can actively integrate virtual labs in the teaching learning process. So the following are the ways. The first one being engage in interactive exercises. So students can actively participate in the interactive exercises provided by virtual labs to reinforce language skills and concepts. Then they can practice language skills. Like I mentioned earlier, practice is the key. So they can regularly practice listening, speaking, reading and writing skills within the virtual labs to strengthen language proficiency. And finally, they can reflect and apply this learning within virtual labs and apply acquired skills in real life language communication. So virtual labs indeed is a practical approach towards learning, language learning, and these are some of the key takeaways from the presentation so far. That virtual labs on Diksha can be accessed from anywhere, anytime. So this is one remarkable feature of Diksha, that is the flexibility it offers. Students can access these labs from anywhere at any time. And this accessibility transcends the constraints of traditional learning environments, providing learners with the freedom to engage in language activities whenever it is convenient for them. Then there is no requirement of installing any additional software because yes, virtual labs can be accessed at at no cost. So it is absolutely free for our users. And unlike some educational tools that may require the installation of additional software, Diksha's virtual labs eliminates this barrier. Students can seamlessly engage in language learning activities without the need for complex installations ensuring a user-friendly experience for learners and educators alike. And finally, it serves as a collaborative approach for learners by juxtaposing textual knowledge with practical learning. So these labs go beyond the realm of textual knowledge and provide practical hands-on learning experiences. And NEP 2020 also states that students should have equal access to quality practical and hands-on experiment-based learning experience. So in conclusion, virtual labs on Diksha redefines the landscape of language education by offering accessibility, simplicity, and a collaborative learning approach. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that wonderful presentation, and you have explained everything so nicely and in such a detail that we are looking forward, as students, as teachers, as parents or teacher educators, to use these virtual labs when it comes to teaching and learning of languages. Ma'am, we have received a few questions on YouTube, so if you allow, I may ask these questions to you.
Sure.
Sahu, she has actually asked, two language labs offer material for improving one's spoken English? And the next question is, do these labs also have any kind of platform for competition on its content?
So there's no such offer of any competition on the portal. However, I'll answer the query about activities that are available for improving one's spoken English.
Yes.
So there's no scope for actually recording your audio and assessing your fluency. However, so language is nothing but usage of proper syntax, then having contextual accuracy and using correct grammar while speaking.
Yes.
And for that, your grammatical concepts are important. So in virtual labs, I mean, when you have a look at the demo, you will see that each activity has different tabs ranging from theory. Then you have, of course, instructions based on the activity, which is lined up in the subsequent tabs. So the theory part gives a comprehensive detail of the entire concept with examples, then all the mistakes that usually students make. So there is actually a tab for common mistakes also in some of the activities. And so virtual labs is nothing but applying these theoretical knowledge in practice and rectifying your errors. Okay. So it is now the duty of the teacher to involve these activities and substantiate it with certain offline activities in the classroom itself to hone the speaking skills of the students. So it is a whole approach of online as well as offline. So educators can bring that together in the classroom to create a beautiful and an engaging learning experience.
All right. Thank you for answering the question, ma'am. And now let's move on to demonstration part, because we have learned exactly what these labs are offering and how much useful they are, especially after NEP 2020, where ICT has become an important tool when it comes to teaching learning experience. So Dr. Varuna Shokan, now I request you to kindly demonstrate the use of these virtual labs that of course we are developing and offering.
Yeah, thank you Priyakshu for giving such a comprehensive view and understanding for concept virtual lab. So now I will directly take to the virtual lab. But before that, some touch for the teachers, like when and where to use, because it's an integration of virtual lab on the language. Particularly, we are focusing here on English classroom teaching. So teachers can then you can see different classes, grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9 till 12. But for English, we have a class 7, 8 and 9. So you can see, you can give a double click, then you can see English medium, there you can see English. So again you double click and it will take you to the actual Diksha. This is the Diksha platform where you can see the activities in the corner. You can see the activities like passive to active voice conversion, then active voice to passive voice to active voice to passive voice conversion, like that. So before getting into this demo, I will explain what we have in our for class 7. We have three grammatical concept. One is passive to active voice conversion, then active to passive voice conversion, then singular to plural conversion activity. So for class 8, we have 5 activities, which is learning preposition of location through picture dictation, learning preposition of location, tense conversion activity, improving comprehension skills activity, learning preposition of direction. So for class 9, we have a subject verb agreement, direct indirect speech activity, reported speech activity, letter correction. So as we have already looked into this virtual lab, then we have taken class 7. Then we we went to passive to active voice. So now you can see there is a clickable. Please click on the link mentioned below for access related to resources. So I will use the link. So it appears like this. This is actual lab. So here you can see the theory part, then procedures, then lab, then viva voce, then reference and feedback. So now we will see few activities. Then first we have chose passive to active voice conversion. So here, as we all know, so what is voice, and so some theoretical understanding. If it is a self learner, they want to learn by themselves, that also possible. Or otherwise in a classroom, particularly for a class 7 children, it would be wise for the teacher to teach this concept first, then use the lab, so that students will feel more comfort and easy to experiment by themselves. As in the other session, we all have gone through what are the components to enjoy one can enjoy the lab, like observation. Then they should question what is this theory, what is this procedure. So so for whatever we have learned needs to be applied while using this virtual lab. So here you can see the definition of voice, then where how to use the active voice with some examples, as well as if you scroll down, then you can see the rules of active to passive voice. Then you scroll furthermore, then it has rules for pronouns in the passive to active voice, which clearly they have given. So here these all rules, it's a simple rules. Teacher can use this material to teach, not necessarily while using virtual lab, but otherwise also if they want to use this theoretical aspects, they can do it. And further going to the step ahead, then there is a procedure. So I would recommend the viewers, teachers and students, before getting into the activity, just they have to go through all this procedure, so that the time will be consumed when they go and conduct the activity. So you can see in the procedure there is in the one, select the desired turns. So they have given and second, the sentence displayed is in the active voice, so they have shuffle it, they have to change wherever it can be. It is drag and drop, so they can drag the word and change. Then in the third, they have to submit, and finally if they want some hints, it is available. So before getting into the lab, it is a procedure how they can conduct this activity. So in the lab we can see lab. So in the top right side you can see the language. So it is there English, Marathi, Hindi, Malayalam. So if you click Marathi, it may appear in Marathi. So we will click we will go with English, so it is in English. So you can see the exercise name. There is only one activity, passive to active voice conversion, convert the active voice. So which has activity name and the description. Let us start with the activity. We have to type. So if students, they can type their ID number or they can type their name. So I am typing my name. So start. Then we have to select the tense. So if they want to change a different tense, it's all here. So from simple present tense, continuous present tense, perfect present tense, simple past tense. So it's whatever teacher wants to use or student wants to use in the classroom, it is there. So I will go with the simple present tense. So you can see the word, the sentence, it is in a passive voice. The sentence in passive voice. The cupboard is cleaned by Jennifer. So now this we have to convert into active voice. So let us, Jennifer is the subject, as we all know. Then Jennifer cleans the cupboard. So now I hope this is correct. Let's submit. Yeah, it says your answer is correct. Click on to the next for the next question. So we have to click next, then you get one more. So likewise, students can use multiple way to experiment. Let us do something wrong so that we will understand where it is going wrong. The passive sentence is the scooter is driven by Thomas. So let us submit this. So it says main verb. So there is some we have did something wrong in main verb. Thomas drives the scooter. So let us give submit. Yeah, now it is correct. So likewise we can change for other tenses also. So teachers can experiment various sentence, various tenses here, then from simple present to perfect future tense. Going ahead, then there is viva voces, which has multiple choice questions where student can test themselves. So it is that our army has defeated. So the enemy has defeated our army. So I will give some randomly. I will just randomly give due to the constraint of time. So once you click, then we submit it. So it says these are the correct answer, these are the wrong answer. So we can, if you want to redo, we can cancel it and we can redo it. Further ahead, there are references are there. So here they have given some books for references like Holy Faith, Essential English Grammar. So that these are the reference material, and there are website also, and there are also feedback. So once the learner complete the certain activity, they can go ahead for the feedback. So I'll give. So it is already filled. So here also fill. Here you can say wonderful. So the question was how helpful. And I will also take you through the one more activity. So sorry, I have already you clicked. So here yeah, learning. So here this activity is learning a preposition of location, picture dictation. So something is there, we can click here, then again it will, as we all know, again there is a theory is there, then there is a theory which gives a comprehensive information about preposition, then how the rules, how to what are the components involved in preposition, then with some examples. So this itself a material for the teacher where they can use in the classroom, with the help of virtual lab. So this, it gives a clear understanding how and where the preposition can be used. And then again you have for this preposition, the preposition has a wonderful pictures and all that. So it gives again a comprehensive information how to use this, how to conduct this activity through lab. So it gives the instruction, clear step by step instruction. You can see the instruction 1, 2. It has an object box, and then there are the list of objects there in the in the lab. Then how to use the object also there. Then at the end also we have how to verify our answers on that. Then I'll go to the lab again. Then you can see, make sure it's in English or the language which you are familiar with. So but otherwise it is for English grammar. The picture dictation, then it has a description how to conduct the start the activity or do the activity. So before going there, you can see activity area and some comprehensive information about the activity area. This is the activity area. Here you can perform the activity. So how, and it's detail it has given. And okay, there is some instruction. By clicking the instruction you will read some instruction. Okay, then by theory you got it. So you see, you have it, they have clearly given the instruction how to do this activity. So once if you are ready, then you can click I am ready. Then you have some instruction. The table is to the right side of the sofa and on the floor, not on the table, or it's on the table. So on the floor. So you have instruction and you have a theory. So there is an object box. Then you have to click the table and you have to keep here on the right side of the sofa. Okay, then you have to click next. You have to click next. Then okay, then the teapot. So we have to click the teapot is on the right side on the table, on the top. Teapot is on the table, yeah. So we will click the teapot, then we will keep it on the table, not below or under the table. Then go ahead further. The chair is at the right side or corner of the room and on the floor. So again you click the object box, then you click the chair, then you keep it on. The chair is on the rightmost, so they are saying rightmost corner of the room and on the floor. So you can see the preposition here and keep a chair on the floor on the right side, rightmost. Then you go and click next. The family portrait is above the chair. So there is a family portrait. It should be above the chair. So then you click next. In case if you have any understanding where on, where in, on, above. So there is again you have a theory component which helps. You can click here and understand the theory if you are you doing in a right way. So this will help the learner to understand more clearly, particularly when they learn the grammar concept. Then it says the clock is to the left side of the family portrait. So you click the clock and keep to the left side of the family portrait. So again you click next. Then you click the object box. The wall painting is to the left of the clock. So there is a wall painting. You keep left of the clock. So now it is over. So hope we have done correctly. Let us compare. Yes, you can see it is exactly the same way how the actual image and how we have done. It is over now.
Yeah. So,
So
sir,
again,
yeah, since we are running short of time, sir, we need to wind up this session here, but we have received a few questions on YouTube. So some of the
Okay.
viewers are asking about these demonstrations, that are they available related to international languages like French, or are they available in some Indian regional languages also like Telugu, Kannada, etc.?
So far, no, we don't have. We don't have. We are not having it, and this is particularly focusing on the NCERT textbook. But
Okay.
for the language, what we have done, we didn't cover the whole textbook, but we are covering only the major grammatical component
Okay.
for Indian languages. So so far we haven't developed for foreign languages.
Right, sir. So, thank you so much for your time and contribution to the session. It was indeed a very delightful demonstration that you presented. A lot to learn from that. I'm sure it will help the students and teachers likewise. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Priyakshi ma'am, for your time, for your contribution to the session. Of course, the comprehensive details regarding the virtual labs that you shared with us actually provided us with some really interesting insights to what we are offering and developing. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
And now, viewers, it's time for me to tell you about the quiz. Yes, we have been telling you about the quiz from day one, that on the last day of the training session, we will be having a quiz. So, we will tell you about the same. But before that, let me tell you that today was day 5, and on day 5, we had this discussion on integration of virtual labs in teaching learning of languages. Now, that you want to attempt the quiz, please go to the CIET website. You just need to type it on Google, ciet.ncert.gov.in. Here you can see the activity section of ours, and click on the same. By clicking on the same, you will go to workshop and training option. Click on this once. Scroll down a bit, and here you receive program title, integration of virtual labs in teaching learning under the current activity. When you click on the same, you land up on this page. Now, this page is a very important page where you will get all the detailed information. Here is the entire schedule of the training that we conducted during the week. The training started on 15th of January. It lasted till 19th. Today is the day 5. And this is the entire schedule, what all themes we covered during this training session. Here we have also mentioned the objectives of the training session. Below there is a program schedule, detailed program schedule along with the title of the sessions, name of the resource persons. And here you come down, and here is the most important part of how to participate in the quiz. Well, first of all, you need to register yourself for this quiz. You can do that either by clicking on this link or scanning this QR code. Once you have registered yourself, you need to watch all the training sessions very carefully. I am sure you have done that, and each day between 4 and 5 p.m. we were conducting this session. So if you have missed any of the sessions, you can you can always go back to our YouTube channel and you can watch these sessions again. Now, here is a participation in post-session activity and certification. If at all you participate in the quiz, which is open to all teachers, viewers, students, teacher educators, etc., and you manage to score 70% or above, you will get a certificate of participation. It will be sent to your registered email ID, or you can download it directly from the website. Now, this is the post-session assessment link, which is highlighted now. You can click on the same and you can attempt the quiz. Also, if you wish to submit your feedback regarding the entire training session, what all you have learned, if at all you think we can improve upon the content, then you need to click on this particular link, or you can scan this QR code. So, let me tell you that this was a beautiful training session, very informative regarding integration of virtual labs in teaching learning, organized by CIET and NCERT. And that is not it. Today is day 5. You will be attempting the quiz, but I'm sure you must be having a lot of questions. You must be having a lot of things to share. What you can do, you can always write to us at training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. We also keep on mentioning our phone number during the session, which of course you can use. Call us on this number, connect to our expert. So today was day 5. The training session is over. I hope you have received all the important informations, and I wish you all the very best for the quiz. And now time for me to wrap up this session over here, but please stay tuned for our next live and interactive session called Sahyog. And before we wrap up, here is an important update for all of you. CIET NCERT is happy to announce the All India Children's Educational e-content competition for this year. So if you are a teacher, teacher educator, student or independent educational e-content creator, we invite you to send in your best e-content for the competition. For more details and the registration form, you can visit the activity section of our official website www.ciet.ncert.gov.in, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. The last date for sending your entries is 20th of January 2024, which means only one day is left, so please hurry up. So this is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you for the moment, but please stay tuned for our next live and interactive session, Sahyog. Namaskar.